I am Divina S. Sevilla, teaching at the Ton Central Elementary School District of Ton. Today, we will be presenting our report under our Professor Dr. Josefa Gavadan Travinia through our collaborative effort together with my co-discussants, Marivic A. Villanueva, Jaren C. Sase, Janelle S. Sumante, and Jonaline B. Panto. By the end of this presentation, you'll be familiar with the nature of DepEd and its curriculum. But before I proceed, allow me to read to you the objectives of this topic. First, describe the nature of Department of Education or DepEd. Second, define DepEd's mission, vision, and core values. Third, discuss the transition of DepEd's curriculum from BEC to RBEC and now the K-12 curriculum. And lastly, differentiate DepEd's old curriculum from the present curriculum. I'd like to begin by drawing your attention to the following image. Can you guess what this image is? If your answer is DepEd seal, then you are correct. This seal is a symbol of the department duly approved by the Office of the President, which shall be utilized in all official communication, and it must be treated with utmost respect. Let's have another picture. Can you name it? If you answered DepEd logo, then you were right. This logo is an important element that identifies DepEd. It is a tool or mark for recognition. Now, let's have a glimpse on the stages of the Philippine educational system and find out how DepEd came into being. Education in the Philippines has undergone several stages of development from the pre-Spanish times to the present. In meeting the needs of the society, education serves as focus of emphasis or priorities of the leadership at certain periods or epochs in our national struggle as a race. How did DepEd came into being? So, it was in August 2001 when Republic Act No. 9155, otherwise called the Governance of Basic Education Act, was passed, transforming the name of the Department of Education, Culture and Sports or DEX to the Department of Education or DepEd and redefining the roles of field offices. Republic Act No. 9155 provides the overall framework for school head empowerment by strengthening their leadership roles and school-based management within the context of transparency and local accountability. The goal of basic education is to provide the school-age population and young adults with skills, knowledge, and values to become caring, self-reliant, productive, and patriotic citizens. So that's the background on the existence of the Department of Education. Now, what is the DepEd mandate? First, the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. That is according to Article 14, Section 1 of the Philippine Constitution. Next, the Department of Education or DepEd formulates, implements, and coordinates policies, plans, programs, and projects in the areas of formal and non-formal basic education. It supervises all elementary and secondary education institutions, including the Alternative Learning System or ALS for both public and private, and provides for the establishment and maintenance of a complete, adequate, and integrated system of basic education relevant to the goals of national development. To carry out its mandates and objectives, the department underwent a rationalization plan for the new organizational structure in 2015, as stated in Department Order Series of 2015, number 52. In developing the organizational structures, the DepEd CMT identified the organizational strands common to all levels of the department, starting from the Office of the Secretary, who provides overall leadership and directions at the national level. These strands reflect the similarity of functions and objectives of offices and units. The next point I'd like to talk about is the DepEd vision, mission, and core values. The DepEd vision. We dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country and whose values and competencies enable them to realize their full potential and contributes meaningfully to building the nation. As a learner-centered public institution, the Department of Education continuously improves itself to better serve its stakeholders. And the DepEd mission. To protect and promote the right of Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education, where students learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. Teachers facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner. Administrators and staff, as stewards of the institution, ensure an enabling and supportive environment for effective learning to happen. Family, community, and other stakeholders are actively engaged and share responsibility for developing lifelong learners. The DepEd core values: maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, makabansa. Now, what is the DepEd targeted outcomes? Number 1, every Filipino has access to complete basic education. Number 2, every Filipino graduate of complete basic education is prepared for further education and the world of work. And the DepEd strategic directions: first, expand access to basic education. Next, improve quality and relevance. And lastly, modernize education management and governance. That ends my report. My co-discussants will walk you through on the transition of the DepEd curriculum. Thank you for listening, and may God bless us all.
Good day, everyone. I am Jaren C. Sase, a teacher from Oton Central Elementary School, and my task today is to present to you my topic about basic education curriculum. So what is basic education curriculum? According to former Secretary of Education, Raul Rocco, the 2002 BEC was based on a 16-year study, starting in 1986. The implementation of the 2002 Basic Education Curriculum was announced in DepEd Order No. 25, Series of 2002, issued on June 17, 2002. The actual implementing guidelines were found in DepEd Order No. 43, Series of 2002, dated August 29, 2002. According to NESC and NSEC, the 2002 BEC is a restricting and not a sweeping change of the elementary and secondary curricula. Basic education focuses on the basics of reading, writing, arithmetic, science, and patriotism. Values is integral to all the subject areas. Students can then be ready for lifelong learning. It seeks to cure the inability of students who cannot read with comprehension at grade 3 and worse at grade 6. The basic education curriculum decongests the overcrowded curriculum. Integrative and interactive teaching and learning approaches are stressed. These are characterized by group learning and sharing of knowledge and experiences between teachers and students, and among students. Here are the features of BEC. Greater emphasis on helping every learner become a successful reader. Emphasis on interactive or collaborative learning approaches. Emphasis also on the use of integrative learning approaches. Teaching values in all learning areas. Development of self-reliant and patriotic citizens. Development of creative and critical thinking skills. The Department of Education envisions every learner to be functionally literate, equipped with life skills, appreciative of arts and sports, and imbued with the desirable values of a person who is makabayan, makatao, makakalikasan, at makadiyos. The salient features of the curriculum. Its aim is to raise the quality of education of Filipino learners and graduates. The two subjects are Filipino, English, and Science. Subjects that develop internationalism are English, Mathematics, and Science. Subjects that will enhance nationalism are Makabayan and Filipino. Integrative teaching in basic education curriculum. Integrative teaching works best in the basic education curriculum. It is so because the curriculum is treated in a holistic manner. The process is interactive, collaborative, and innovative. Here are the 4 examples. Thematic teaching, content-based instruction, focusing inquiry, and generic competency model. And thematic teaching, it helps learners see meaningful connections. It provides coherence, gives focus to the activities, and links ideas to actions and learning to life. On content-based instruction, its aim is to develop the learner's academic language skills. Focusing inquiry is an interdisciplinary approach that uses questions to organize learning. On generic competency model, learners are enrolled in 3 to 4 linked or related courses or subject areas. The links between the courses rest essentially on generic competencies. That's all for my report. Thank you and God bless us all.
Good day everyone. I am Janelle S. Sumande, currently teaching at Toton Central Elementary School, District of Bataan, and I will present to you the topic about Revised Basic Education Curriculum or RBEC. The Philippine Commission on Educational Reforms, PCR, created on December 7, 1998, through Executive Order No. 46, recommended the adoption of the restructured BEC and its implementation on year 2002. Less than a year later, on June 12, 2002, after the basic education curriculum was passed, revised BEC was signed into law. Features of RBEC. The revised basic education curriculum has slight modifications with BEC. It gives emphasis to rubrics, students' performance as basis of grading system. Teachers are required to prepare their syllabus based on the objectives of the revised basic education curriculum. Lesson plans were also patterned and organized to meet the objectives of the implemented curriculum. The revised basic education curriculum has given emphasis to rubrics, students' performance as basis of grading system. Teachers are required to prepare their syllabus based on the objectives of the revised basic education curriculum. Lesson plans were also patterned and organized to meet the objectives of the implemented curriculum. All test items, tables of specifications were prepared and or updated. Demonstration teachings were conducted for staff development during school-level workshop. Department heads make periodic observation of classes to monitor the implementation of the RBEC. Integration method, collaborative teaching, peer teaching, team teaching, motor activities, visual well as oral activities in classes were noted and observed. Mentoring is also being practiced. Delivery of the curriculum policy on bilingual education was considered in the delivery of the curriculum. Filipino will be the medium of instruction for subjects like math, science, English, and ELE, while Filipino will be the medium of instruction for component areas of Makabayan, which include MAPE, Values Education, Araling Panlipunan, and Filipino. Grading system. First, the implementing guidelines on the performance-based grading system will be used continually for school year 2006 to 2007. Second, test design of 60% basic items, 30% more advanced items, and 10% difficult items. Third, use of rubrics as scoring guide shall continue in order to assess performance. That's all for my topic about ARBEC. Thank you and God bless us all.
Good day everyone. I am Marivic A. Villanueva, one of the teaching staff of Bataan Central Elementary School. Me and my co-discussant, Junilin B. Panto, will present to you the topic regarding the K-12 Basic Education Program. What is K-12 curriculum? In a historic moment for advocates of educational equity, President Benigno Aquino III approved Republic Act 10533, signing into law the K-12 program on May 15, 2013. RA 10533 added 2 years of senior high school to broaden the goals of high school education for college preparation, vocational and technical career opportunities, as well as creative arts, sports, and entrepreneurial employment. It also makes education learner-oriented and responsive to the needs, cognitive and cultural capacity, and the circumstances of learners, schools, and communities through the use of appropriate mediums of teaching and learning, including mother tongue. Republic Act Number 10533, an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes, approved May 15, 2013. The implementation of the K-12 Basic Education Program is considered to be one of the most significant educational reforms in the country. It introduces programs and projects that aim to expand and improve the delivery of basic education in the country. It seeks to provide the Filipino learners with the 21st century skills. It will make the basic education system in the Philippines at par with international standards by ensuring that it is appropriate, responsive, and relevant to the learners. These are the rationale why Philippines need to switch to K-12 program. Number 1, enhancing the quality of basic education in the Philippines is urgent and critical. Number 2, the poor quality of basic education is reflected in the low achievement scores of Filipino students. Number 3, international test results like 2003 Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study ranked the Philippines 34% out of 38 countries in high school Math 2 and 43% out of 46 countries in high school Science 2. For grade 4, the Philippines ranked 23rd out of 25 participating countries in both mathematics and science. In 2008, even with only the Science High School participating in the Advanced Mathematics category, the Philippines was ranked lowest. Number 4, the congested curriculum partly explains the present state of education. This quality of education is reflected in the inadequate preparation of high school graduates for the world of work or entrepreneurship or higher education. Further, most most graduates are too young to enter the labor force. The current system also reinforces misperception that basic education is a preparation for higher education. Our graduates are not automatically recognized as professionals abroad. We are the last country in Asia and one of only 3 countries in the world with a 10-year pre-university program. The K-12 program. The K-12 program covers kindergarten and 12 years of basic education, 6 years of primary schooling, 4 years of junior high school, and 2 years of senior high school. By adding 2 years to the educational system, K-12 aims to provide mastery of skills for lifelong learners and prepare them for career opportunities. The program also contextualizes lessons to students as concepts will be explained using local culture with the use of the students' respective mother tongues. The implementation of the Universal Kindergarten began in school year 2011-2012. The enhanced curriculum for grade 1 and grade 7 was rolled out in school year 2012 and 2013 and progressively introduced in the other grade levels in succeeding school years. Grade 11 will be introduced in school year 2016 to 2017 and grade 12 in school year 2017 to 2018. Kindergarten to grade 12 is offered for free in public schools. K-12 graduates will be ready to be employed in various industries. According to former Education Secretary Armin Luistro, the K-12 program would like to ensure that even if they don't choose to go to college, they finish studying what is basic. As per Republic Act number 10157 or the Kindergarten Education Act, kindergarten has become part of the education system and a prerequisite for admission to grade 1. Senior high school students can choose from 3 tracks: academic, sports and arts, and technical vocational livelihood. After grade 10, a student can obtain Certificate of Competency or a National Certificate Level 1 or NC1. After finishing a technical vocational livelihood in grade 12, a student may obtain a National Certificate Level 2 or NC2, provided he or she passes the competency-based assessment of the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA. NC1 and NC2 improves employability of graduates in fields like agriculture, electronics, and trade. In kinder, mother tongue or the common language in the area or lingua franca shall be used as the medium of instruction. In grades 1 to 3, the mother tongue will be used in teaching all subjects except in teaching Filipino and English subject. Starting grade 4, Filipino and English will become the languages for instruction. The K-12 vision. Graduates of the K-12 basic education program are holistically developed Filipinos who have the 21st century skills, acquire mastery of basic competencies, be more emotionally mature, be socially aware, proactive, involved in public and civic affairs, be adequately prepared for the world of work or entrepreneurship or higher education, be legally employable with potential for better earnings, and be globally competitive. The conceptual framework of the K-12 basic education program, figure 1.2. Every learner who completes the K-12 basic education program will have been nurtured and developed to become a Filipino with 21st century skills. The graduates of K-12 program will have the necessary physical, cognitive, socio-emotional, and moral preparation so they can determine their own purposes for learning in consideration of current and emerging needs of their immediate local, national, and global communities. Figure 1.3. The Enhanced Basic Education Program or K-12 responds to national and global community. needs and demands through its mission to strengthen the values of the Filipino people, develop a strong sense of nationalism, productive citizens who contribute to the building of a progressive, just and humane society, ensure environmental sustainability, and cultivate global partnerships for development. The K-12 graduate is a holistically developed Filipinos who has built foundations for learning throughout life. They are individuals equipped with information, media and technology skills, learning and innovation skills, life and career skills, and communication skills necessary to tackle the challenges and take advantage of the opportunities of the 21st century. The DepEd envisions Filipinos who are ready for four possible exits: the employment, entrepreneurship, middle-level skills development, and higher education. What are the guiding principles of K-12 basic education curriculum? The curriculum shall be learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate, relevant, responsive, and research-based, gender and culture sensitive, contextualized and global, and use pedagogical approaches. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
A pleasant day, everyone. I'm Jonilyn B. Panto from Oton Central Elementary School, teaching grade 2. My topic to be discussed today is all about guiding principles and features of K-12 curriculum. Outcome standard competency-based. What the learners knowing can do are clearly stated in the form of standard unpacked competencies. Comprehensive systematic M&E system. Learners-centered. The learner is the reason of the entire curriculum. The learner's totality and needs are highly considered in the making of the K-12 curriculum framework. Seamless. The K-12 curriculum consists of continuum of competencies which provides transition from one grade to another without unnecessary duplication. Developmentally appropriate. The K-12 curriculum considers the various developmental stages and selection of activities such as age appropriateness, individual differences, social and cultural diversity, constructivist, balanced assessment. The K-12 curriculum has a balanced assessment. It makes appropriate use of both traditional and authentic tools such as self-assessment, formative assessment, and summative assessment. Value-laden. The curriculum offers a subject and values education with the descriptive title, Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao. The learner learns and develops a value-driven environment where everyone is respected. Decongested and enriched. Allow mastery of competencies. Emphasis to the development of student understanding, learning how to learn, and repetition of competencies already taught. Learn but needed. Inclusive. The vision statement of Department of Education states, we affirm the right of every Filipino child, especially the less advantaged, to benefit from such system. Integrative. Flexible. The flexibility of the curriculum is
information in various ways and from various perspectives. It provides them opportunities to develop skills of creative and critical thinking, informed decision making, hypothesis building, and problem solving. Number 3. Reflective. Reflective teaching means making the learners look what they do in the classroom, think about what they do it, and think about if it works. Number 4. Collaborative. Learning is a social activity and so must be collaborative. Learning is innovative, associated with connection with other human beings, like classmates, teachers, peers, family, as well as the community. And number 5, integrative. Subject matter is taught using interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach. Mother tongue-based multilingual education. First, mother tongue is taught as a learning and it is used as a language of instruction from kindergarten to grade 3. Next, oral fluency in Filipino starts in the first semester of grade 1. Third, oral fluency in English is introduced in the second semester and will continue until grade 2. K-12 modeling. What are the expected outputs and outcomes? First, establish strengthened partnership with major industries in providing opportunities for employment, on-the-job training, and dual training system. Second, ascertain best possible models replicable by schools implementing senior high school. Third, test different implementation schemes according to school curricular offering and preference. Fourth, strengthen model school to appropriate interventions like training for teachers and provision of instruction materials. Fifth, prepare and carry out the communication plan to generate support from media, civil society, academic, LGUs, and private sectors. We are going to differentiate old curriculum from the new curriculum. We have it 7. Number 1. Passive learners. In the new curriculum, active learners. Learner involvement. Number 2. Examination driven. In the new curriculum, continuing evaluation. Number 3. Rates of special learning. In the new curriculum, critical thinking, reflection, and active learning. Number 4. Content-based. In the new curriculum, learner-centered, learning facilitation, group and teamwork. Number 5. Lecturer-centered and textbook-bound. In the new curriculum, learning programs serve as guide for innovative and creative learning. Number 6. Syllabus-bound, rigid, and non-negotiable. In the new curriculum, learner responsible for learning, motivated, and continuing evaluation and feedback. And number 7. Emphasis on achievements. While in the new curriculum, they give emphasis on outcome, what the learner knows, can do, and understand. Conclusion. As teachers, we are all like pencils. We go a lot of sharpening. We are used and sometimes abused. No matter what, we will always leave a mark. That's end of my presentation.